me that I really don't. I mean, corners are cool, but man, you get you one of these big guys up front.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got second down and 10 here with Tampa Bay up 14-7, knee deep in the second quarter. I want to go back to
Look at me today.
boom, first down.
Good pass by Aaron Rodgers.
I want to go back to D-Law tweeting. This is exactly what he said.
I'd rather him be talking to James Smith.
This time next year, gonna be playing instead of watching. Emoji. I'm not gonna put the emoji up that he has on there. And hashtag Motivation Sunday.
Okay. I gotta be motivated by something. I'm glad he's at least motivated and not happy with making just that money.
Yeah, but now, are we happy that he's talking?
I mean, he actually showed up talking this season.
Because, sometimes you get a lot of guys that do a whole lot of talking and don't show up on the field.
Jalen Smith.
But also,
Jalen Smith.
but a lot of people would assume that he's cool with his money too. So I mean, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Jalen Smith.
Is the mic still acting funny?
Check.
No, they said there was static on it. Fix his mic, please. I think I had it up too loud. It should be okay now. So here's what, a couple of times D-Law has talked, and it came to fruition. When we first went to play New Orleans, he said it's hard to make great passes when you get punched in the mouth. And the Cowboys went through and they kicked the Saints' ass, a game that nobody gave us a chance. Although I did say the Cowboys were going to win that one. I did say they were going to win that one, but that's just me. But my wife will say, you always say the Cowboys are going to win. I was like, no, I don't always say that. 90% of the time.
You always mean it. I know what you mean. Like, sometimes you put a definitive, like, hey,
yeah,
like, we winning. I know what you mean.
When he came through and he admitted, and we talked about this a little bit ago, when he came through first part of the season and said, we're playing soft, you saw him do something about it. You saw his play get better. So maybe this is a good thing that D-Law is saying, you know what, I don't like sitting here. This sucks, man. I got to do what I got to do to help us get there. And hopefully that will be infectious to everybody on this team. But the person I would like to see more results from, like we said, is Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith on the other side is basically saying, people that know who watch film, know it's not me.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to hear, that's not what I want to hear. I want to hear somebody that's dejected and upset about not being there and is willing to put in the work to get there. Oh, wow.
Good run.
Yeah, both of these teams are going at it. So
both of the quarterbacks want to get Super Bowl before they retire. Another one.
Right tackles do not fear D-Law, Nardo says.
I think that's a lie. That ain't true. D-Law is out. I mean, they're scheming against him.
But the thing about D-Law that, everybody looks at the sack numbers, and you want to see a lot of sacks.
Yeah.
But he also does a lot of good work as far as the running game goes as well.
He's about the only one up front.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, other than Gallimore and that.
Right. So, yeah, from that standpoint, and people will look at, Robert Quinn the year before, and you'll look at the sacks that he had.
Robert Quinn.
But Robert Quinn was not a good run stopper. And Robert Quinn literally disappeared this year. So when you look at the Bears, that $75 million contract that they made with them, he's stealing money right now. But D-Law, at least D-Law ended the season up healthy.
He did.
Which gives him now the whole off season because
he ended on a good note too. He's playing really good football.
And hopefully
he took that game over.
He did, yeah. He definitely played his best football towards the end of the year, and hopefully that carries over into the off season here to get him really ready to go.
He also had his partner in crime back too. He had Randy Gregory. So you had the three-headed
monster.
Oh my goodness! He started playing better.
Well, I tell you what.
Fumble.
Okay. Randy, if Randy Gregory's never really had a full off season.
He hasn't.
And to think that he hadn't played for a couple of years and didn't come into week 6 to start work. So you think about that guy getting the whole off season in, that could be really, really big. So if you get D-Law motivated,
My thing is, man, trade back. If we can trade back and get those,
When he-
get them a
Oh,
toy,
man.
get them a big guy up front that can kind of help them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they're getting close to the quarterbacks, but
I'm like,
you know, if the quarterbacks can step up, like that throws their angles.
It really will. So I guess on the scale of, do you like hearing that? Yeah, actually, I do like hearing. I think I actually do like hearing him say that. You know what? Next year I won't be there. If you're I hope he's dedicating himself to do everything that he can to get there. So that's where we are. All right. And all of a sudden, the Packers are right down here in the red zone. Looks like this is going to be a high-scoring game here today. East.